Okay, writing formulas for polyatomic ionic compounds. Step 1, write the symbols for the elements. If it contains a polyatomic ion other than ammonium, they go second. So the metal goes first. Number 2, determine the charge on the ions. Now, this is where I'm going to write two different steps. I'm going to do it for zero-sum rule first. So, how many of each ion is required to bring total charge to 0? Write the formula. With the subscripts. Representing the number of each ion. Make sure the subscripts are the lowest whole number ratio. So I'll show you a couple of examples using zero-sum rule, then I'll go over the rules for cross and drop, but you already know those. Most of you do. Example number 1. Aluminum sulfate. So aluminum is Al, sulfate is SO4. Now, the charge on sulfate is -2, charge on aluminum is +3. So these numbers don't go into each other, but they both go into 6. So if I multiply that number by 3, I get -6. And if I multiply this number by 2, I get +6. Whatever the multiplier number is, that is your subscript for that ion. So I will need 2 aluminums, and I will need 3 sulfates. Because I need more than one sulfate, you have to put it in brackets. Otherwise, it looks like you've got 43 oxygens. Okay, and let's do another one. Let's do ammonium. Oops. Chloride. So our formula is NH4 for ammonium, and it is Cl for chloride. Now, the charge on chlorine is -1, charge on ammonium is +1. +1 and -1 add to 0. So, this is our chemical formula, NH4Cl, and it's done. Right, magnesium nitrate. Magnesium has a charge of +2. Nitrate has a charge of -1. So, if I multiply nitrate by 2, my total negative is -2, my total positive is +2. So, because I multiplied this by 2, I need 2 nitrates. So my formula becomes Mg bracket NO3 bracket 2. So some rule might take a little bit of getting used to, but it's actually fairly simple. So if you use the crisscross rule, write symbols for your ions. Put charges above, cross and drop, but again, lowest whole number ratio, and final compound or final answer. Okay, lead 4 sulfate. So lead, we know, has a charge of +4. And we know sulfate has a charge of -2. So we cross and we drop. So we end up with Pb2SO4, 4, but you do have to reduce that. So it will be PbSO4 twice. We reduce it because 2 goes into 2 and 2 goes into 4. Okay, copper 2 cyanide. Cu, it has a charge of 2. Cyanide has a charge of 1. So we cross and we drop. And we get CuCN, brackets around the Cn and the 2. This cross and drop is very simple, straightforward, and you can't really make a mistake. But again, which method you choose is up to you.